It's an 82-degree scorcher in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and the Hoosier Racing tires are going to be sliding all over Moon Speedway for the Tylnorton 500 on May 20th, 2012. By far the hottest conditions we've seen of the entire young season. Track temperature around 90 degrees Fahrenheit. We're definitely going to see these drivers go into these corners, slide up, get right up on the cushion, and drive these cars like real racers. In the Tylnorton 500 heat race, an embarrassing showing by Bill Steinbach, cutting through the center lines on the final lap. He'll kick things off today in third place. Second place, Chad Limberner in that number 25 Plymouth Barracuda. And in first place, Steve Brown in the number 56 Ford. Get ready for some rough and ready racing. 3, 2, 1, go.
The Tylnorton 500 is underway from Moon Speedway down the back straightaway. A great shot by our camera team today. That camera's placed in turn number 4 to see how on edge these vehicles are. Steve Brown was really on edge in turn 1, hitting the cone to the inside. He'll take the middle lane for this restart. Green flag's back in the air. Single file down the back straightaway. Bill Steinbach spinning in turn 2, causing another yellow flag on lap 3. The officials want to get a clean restart here for all the competitors.
Oh, and look at Brown here just taking Limberner's lane. Limberner's going to be forced to the middle lane there. Steinbach's waiting for them to get situated here. They're taking forever on this restart. They're coming around. Here's the restart for you. Oh, Steinbach has a very good restart, but then his good fortunes end in turn 2. That's the biggest break he's had all day. Look at these cars leaning. You can see just how much they lean going around that corners. They look like a late 90s Chrysler van.
Hot conditions today are definitely playing a factor in this one. Going into turn number 3, the drivers have to get up on the wheel, turning right and left. A yellow flag on lap 7 for a major wreck in turn 1, involving Steve Brown and Chad Limberner.
You know, Bill, that's a good point. A lot of these drivers do have to turn right slightly when they come out of the corners there just to keep control of their car, especially Steinbach. He has quite a nice steering radius on his Mustang.
Yellow flag, lap 8 down the back straightaway. Coming around for the restart, Bill Steinbach drove into the back of Steve Brown, who was backing up. Might want to check his mirror there.
Yeah, some fighting under caution already. There's, oh, look at that. They were almost single file down there until, Brown cut to the outside there. No caution for Limberner. He just had a bad break in turn 1. And then again in turn 3, and he's almost a lap down here on lap 10. Now we're on lap 11. And look at this. Wow, look at Brown just on his door, and then Steinbach comes flying in.
Man, oh man, he gathered it up and holds on to that vehicle. Chad Limberner wrecks in turn, almost going into turn number 3. Let's check out an instant replay. Lap 11, this is between Bill and Brown. Up on his door almost, Bill Steinbach drove directly into the undercarriage of that Ford Mustang, and he gathered it up, though, keeping that vehicle going. Coming around for a restart. Here it is. Green flag is back in the air. Down the back straightaway between all 3 drivers. Headed into 3. Bill Steinbach the leader. Steve Brown in second. Chad Limberner off the pace in turn 3 and 4. Bill coming around again, spinning out, getting up onto the cone. Steve Brown had to slam on the brakes, but they get going once again. Lap 15.
Incredible some of these wrecks we're seeing between the 2 separate year Mustangs. And now look at this wreck. Yellow flag, lap 15. Here's an instant replay of this one. Look at them just... Oh, he gets up right on the cone again.
These drivers always on edge with these race cars. Green flag's back in the air. Good restart for Bill Steinbach. Steve Brown hits the cone in turn 1. Chad hits the tire down the back straightaway. Steve hits the cone in turn 3. The field's starting to spread out here. Bill Steinbach up front in clean air, pulling away from the field. But Chad Limberner gets a good run on the outside of turn 2 to catch up. Steve Brown nearly a penalty there on lap 18.
Yes, very close, and then very close for Limberner in turn 1. Thankfully, it was it was a caution, almost a full lap before he did that. Because if it wasn't, that would be a penalty for him.
Track maintenance team making sure everything is perfect to go back racing, keep it safe for both driver and fan. Here they come. Bill Steinbach on the inside. Green flag's back in the air. He gets into Limberner at the line. He'll do the crossover into 3 and regain the lead. Limburner's going to lose a lot more than first place, possibly second to Steve Brown. All over each other, and Steve Brown gets into the Goodyear tire at the start-finish line. Instant replay. Okay, look at this. Almost a penalty there, and then Bill Steinbach spun out in turn 3, driving backwards, trying to stay in the throttle. Look at that shot. What car control this guy has. We can see why he's a defending champion.
Yeah, definitely. He's having a few bad breaks here today, but we can see how he just saves the car and just keeps driving. Oh, there we go. A penalty for him. My goodness, black flag for black flag for Steinbach. We were just talking about how he was doing.
First penalty of the season. He'll have to restart this one at the start-finish line, as always.
That's one of the first penalties we've seen for him in his entire career. He does not get those often.
Okay, here we go. Chad and Brown fighting it for first place. Really manhandling that Mustang. Steve Brown cuts through the center line. Limburner almost does the exact same move. Bill Steinbach has regained to the back of the pack on lap 25. A wreck at the start-finish line to get going. Steinbach now leading the race. Regains the lead after only 3 laps from suffering that penalty. Incredible.
Absolutely unprecedented for a driver to do that in this league. And then he gets spun out. He'll be in third place. Brown cuts to the outside, hits the tire wall, and that'll cause a caution on lap 28. That's Brown's own fault. He was holding up the lead with Limburner there after Steinbach gained back up, and then they had a caution.
This restart could be the race. You want to get off the line good, get your tires cleaned off and ready to go. Track maintenance team preparing.
Yeah, the track maintenance team sees the necessity of this restart, so they really have that track looking good. Look at the tire wall. It's completely in line. Oh, here comes Steinbach. He's testing the tires out on that restart, the yellow flag going in there. Already we have a wreck. That'll cause a caution on lap 29. That restart didn't mean as much as we thought.
Here's another instant replay of this restart. Look at this. Brown came over into Limburner. What a lick for Chad. Head on to the outside wall. That's concrete, not wood.
Yeah, I mean, that wreck was a lot worse than it looked originally, live. All right, here we go. Steinbach's going to come get the rolling start for this one on the outside lane. Brown kind of jumps it a little bit. The officials aren't going to say too much, though. Lap 30, here we go. All right, we're going to, yellow flag on lap 30. I was just going to say, that was a late call by the officials there.
Green flag's back in the air. Bill Steinbach in the middle lane trying to hold the lead into turn number 1. Major close racing in turn 3. Bill Steinbach hits the cone, falling faster behind to Steve Brown. Brown starting to stretch out his advantage over Limburner. Bill Steinbach looks like he's Steve Kinzer out there trying to hold on to that car. Final lap, here we go. Bill Steinbach wrecks in turn 3. Thinking there was a yellow flag. He'll wait. Here comes Chad. Spinning in turn 3. Bill has a chance to get second. His car is disabled. He runs onto the speedway. Brown gets into Steinbach. Steinbach spins out. He'll come across the line to finish in third place. He wrecks into Brown after the race. Definitely not happy with Steve. Okay, here it is again. Look, he wrecked thinking there was a caution. You can see him pointing. He's pretty upset. Here comes Steve to take the checkered flag. Chad hits the bump, goes up into the outside wall, spins out. His tire's off the vehicle, the right front. He comes onto the track, places it forward. Bill completely sideways to try to get second place from Chad Limburner. Chad gets his car going, and Bill Steinbach falls farther behind.
Incredible finish, and I wonder if this is something that the sanctioning body's going to have to address. A driver running out onto the track. Could it have been Limburner's foot that caused Steinbach to have to turn so hard? I mean, that's something we won't know. If you slow it down even more, though, it looks like Limburner does get his foot off the track before Steinbach gets there. But what if that wasn't the case? What would happen?
The Tylnorton 500 definitely proved to be an exciting race. We'll see you here on the Three Rivers RC Racing Channel.